Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. Happy Veterans Day to all the troops out there. Thank you to our men and women in uniform for keeping us safe and serving the people of the USA, regardless of how shitty we act. So, thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we are recording this live, so commenters on the live stream, get them in, and we'll address some comments at the end of the show. But for the most part, just recording this for the podcast tomorrow.
Right. It won't make sense to listeners of the podcast if we address all of them live, so we'll do that at the end. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, super meta. How are you guys celebrating Veterans Day?
Relaxing and thanking the troops in my mind.
Hell yeah.
Are you got a special way to celebrate?
Yeah, I want you to ask me how I'm celebrating.
Yeah, how are you celebrating?
That was clearly what Pat was doing there. Now ask me.
I'm going to be watching our girl Jenny Jizz give out free beegers to any veterans down there at the Sausage Castle, hang with our boy Mike Busey. My baby mama is going down to make a video in Orlando today.
Nice.
With some veterans.
So you're going to watch that all go down. The free DJs.
You're going to be handing her waters in between?
I'm running the camera, baby. I'm running the camera.
Are you also going to be providing a free BJ to a vet?
Absolutely not. Just one vet.
Okay.
So you see there on the flyer, if you're watching at home, Veterans Day party, free blowjobs, and Jenny Jizz is going to be there. I think it's a French last name. It's right there at the Sausage Castle. They're going to have boxing matches. Yeah, it's Giselle. You're right. You took French and French immersion.
The classic.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that. So just taking a little trip to Orlando.
You need to get like a full rundown of how the rules work for the free blowjobs. Like if there's like a time limit. Like
full report.
I need to know the rules of this.
Here's what I suggest you do now, Wes. The Spirit Airlines, it's $58 round trip. Why don't you buy it tonight, and I'll get there early, and I'll let you know if we can get you in.
I'm not. I am taken, so I'm not going to go get free blowjobs from Jenny Jizz. But
you aren't
look,
a vet.
I mean,
Yiz.
If you're like thanking the troops today and maybe buying a meal, you're not doing nearly as much as Jenny Jizz.
No.
She is really thanking the troops today.
Yes. Thank you to Jenny. Thank you to the troops. Also, on a different note, have a great fucking holiday. Ugly Christmas sweaters are on sale now in the Barstool store. 20% off until it's not. And you're going to want to get it because it is a sexy holiday sweater. I am definitely got my order in. Also, the Four Seasons landscaping tee, HAGFD in black and white, and the original logo tees are looking nice as well. We want to keep doing this show for you as long as we can, and supporting the boys with merch buys is the best way to make that a reality. I know that my order is in. Definitely hook yourself up with one of those. Have a great fucking holiday sweaters if you want to support the pod.
And they're actually, you guys are doing pretty good. They're flying off the shelves. So let us know, because we don't keep an eye on them. If they're sold out, DM us. Let us know if a size is sold out. We'll get them restocked. But you guys are doing a good job. Continue to buy them. If your size isn't there, let us know. We'll get them restocked.
I'm looking at you, double XL
and Trip X. I think we got Triple X's in everything.
Big boys and some big girls in the hive.
Likes to eat.
Yeah, we also sell the smalls too. So I think we got, we got all shapes and sizes in the Hardo Hive. And speaking of the Hardo Hive, today is What the Fuck Wednesday, which means all of the stories that we're doing today were submitted by listeners in the Hardo Hive, and it is crazy stories across the board, just wall to wall insanity.
I don't even know how to get my mind around the first story.
Well, let's try. I think we should try.
I'm fucking fired up for it because I had to deal with some personal shit today, so I was kind of out of the loop on the news.
Well, here you go.
Here we go, yeah.
Okay, so this story was brought to us by our interns, and then the entire internet, really. And I don't know where to begin or how the fuck you're going to follow along with me, so try to pay attention. But first of all, this story revolves completely around Twitter and things like you can do on it. So if you're not Twitter savvy, bear with me. Why is this scrolling? Come on. So Dean Browning, guys, who's an actual person and former Lehigh, Pennsylvania County Commissioner. Former. Luckily for the county commission who would have to deal with this otherwise. And he's an admitted proud Christian conservative dedicated to enacting common sense solutions to keep America great, according to his bio. So he's obviously not happy that Joe Biden was declared the president-elect. Well, this guy, Dean Browning, he's obviously a Trump supporter through and through. He has 50,000+ followers and a blue check mark, and that's great. Here's the thing, though. Today he posted a tweet that said, "What Trump built in 4 years, Biden will destroy in 4 months." Again, cool, nothing crazy at all there. The other side says the same type of
Sounds
shit.
like a boilerplate, keep America great tweet.
Nothing crazy. So let's just go ahead and check the comments, though. And one of the comments today was from Dunks5, and it said, "You mean what Obama built in 8 years, Trump trying to take credit for the first 3 years, Trump destroyed in 3 months with help from the Trump virus. Biden now has to rid the country of the Trump virus. Stay away from drugs, Dean, you're clearly high."
There we go.
And then
Classic back and forth.
Okay.
Dean Browning responded with, "I'm a black guy, and I don't know if you guys
Black
can
gay
see,
guy.
a black gay guy, and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me. My life only changed a little bit, and it was for the worse. Everything is so much better under Trump, though. I feel respected, which would never do when Democrats are involved." Here's the thing. Dean Browning has a picture of himself because he's a
very
human
white.
person,
Yeah.
and he's a white guy, and you can look him up. He's the ex-county commissioner. So he's not a black gay guy, so that's very confusing.
Well, we don't know that if he's gay. We know he's
Right.
not black.
There's no quotes
That's
around
clear. The evidence is clear on
You
that.
can see there's no quotes around this. It's not accredited to anyone.
Right, he
And
just
that's,
tweeted it as a reply.
that's a problem. That's
His
a problem.
account.
So at this point, I should, at this point, people are thinking, okay,
This is when BNN tweeted it and said, "Bad time to forget to log into your burner." Right.
and so there it is. Like everyone's immediately assumes it's a burner account, which is like an alternative or secondary account. All you need to do is sign up with your email address. So a lot of people have multiple accounts, and they use their burner account to say whatever the fuck they want, and not tie it to themselves. The problem is Dean Browning didn't log into his burner account and tied it directly to him, and he was pretending to be a gay black person. So
Just
everyone
replied as Dean Brown.
roasted
Got too excited.
Blue check.
roasted Dean Browning. And he got like just absolutely like he became like the star of the internet today. And then the internet sleuths started doing some digging, and they're like, well, obviously he's trying to do a burner account. So what is his burner account? And they went through all of his old posts, and they found this guy named Dan Purdy who has an avatar of like a black Bitmoji guy. And Dan Purdy responds to all of Dean Browning's comments and
As a
like,
gay black man.
as a gay black man that loves Trump. And so
You might think he has a crush on Dan.
I see what's going on here now.
So-
Dean, sorry.
yeah, exactly. So everyone thought, yeah, he's got a crush on Dean. He's
Right,
he
exactly.
loves Dean's work on Twitter, right? So everyone's like, okay, Dean Browning's burner account is Dan Purdy. This is clear as day. So everyone's
Dean's out there being like, I don't know, man. This gay guy keeps supporting all my tweets. I don't swing that way though.
Right.
But
They're just pals in MAGA. They just they're forwarding conservatism.
Yep. They're thick as thieves on Twitter. So everyone at this point, like, I'm getting involved.
Wait,
Like,
Bubba, bring those back up. Mark, can you read the last one on there? Bubba,
Is
can
it
you
a
bring
Dan
those
Purdy- is it a
the
Dan
Dan
Purdy
Purdy's
one?
back up? Yeah. Could you read the last one? Okay, Bubba, can we bring? Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I don't know. Just any of those. Any of those.
I'm
are
black
pretty
and
good.
gay, and I found it disturbing.
No,
that
read it in your best black gay guy voice, please.
Is that what you want? No, that's terrible.
No.
No.
Just
Come
they were
on.
good.
Oh,
on,
no,
Mark, you know
my-
what you know what he's
no,
talking
hang on.
about.
Hang on. This is my favorite one. My gay black ass will be the first in line on Tuesday when I re-elect Donald Trump.
Yeah,
That one.
he has
that
some
one is
aggressive tweets. Dan
My
Purdy.
gay
It's
black
worth
ass.
pointing out.
Yeah, no, he's so everyone's like, okay, Dan Purdy's clearly Dean Browning. At this point I start following Dean Browning and Dan Purdy. Like Will mentioned, BNN's involved, Hard Factor's involved, and everyone's calling out Dan Purdy as Dean Browning. Like, hey, we found you, Dean. Found your burner, Dean. Okay, so that's where we're at. All of a sudden, Dan Purdy's account goes from like 300 people to like 1,500 people, and a video from motherfucking Dan Purdy, who everyone thinks is Dean Browning, pops up, and Bubba, just
This
go
was
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
twist.
This is the first amazing
Best twist ever.
All right, so hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a Pennsylvania county commissioner or something along those lines, right?
Uh-huh.
who tweets back to himself clearly as if he should have logged into his burner, but he didn't.
And everyone's like, "You're caught. Delete your account."
It's
you got
Dan
caught.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Then they
We
find
found
Dan
it.
Purdy,
Yep.
who is responding, who is a gay black man.
But he only has
no, they just think
well,
it's burner as of now.
And Dan Purdy has an avatar of like a Bitmoji, like a cartoon character that's clearly black, but there's no pictures of Dan Purdy or anything like that.
But the idea is, if Trump was so bad, then a gay black man wouldn't like him so much, right? That's what he's trying to do there. Okay, and then
they
Let's
assume
just play-
that his
let's-
burner
let's-
is
Let's play the video of Dan Purdy now. This
Okay.
is hours after all this happens. Here's Dan Purdy.
Hey guys, my name is Dan Purdy, and I am indeed a gay black man. The message that you saw on Dean's Twitter was posted. I don't actually know how it was posted, but I did send it to him because I had a problem with how people of my race and sexual persuasion are treating Donald Trump. I don't have a problem with Donald Trump on those levels. So what's the big deal? I sent that message to Dean. Dean accidentally posted it somehow, and that's the end of the story. No, he's not a sock puppet. No, I'm not a bot.
Are you sure?
That's a good friend right there.
So at this point, everyone's like,
I'm really confused.
Yeah, right? So at this point, we're like, our ass is a little bit in the jackpot. Not really, but we're like, we've been making fun of Dean Browning this whole time, and we're like, holy
I
shit.
thought for sure. I was like, Dan Purdy's real.
Dan
no
Purdy's
fucking
real.
way.
We got to apologize to this Dean Browning guy.
I mean,
You
he
know,
does seem very gay and very black.
I told you guys.
So, and Dean Browning, like an hour before that post, said, "Hey, everyone, I'm going viral, but what I meant to do is quote tweet someone that DM'd me, and I'm sorry that I didn't make that clear, but there was no quotes and everything." So everyone's
that's
like,
Dan
So
Purdy,
Dan Purdy's now backing
allegedly.
up Dean Browning's claims that he sent him the thing. Okay, so now we're all like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we reached out to Dan Purdy and said, "Will you come on Hard Factor?" To which he immediately responded, "Absolutely,
Absolutely."
And our heads are like spinning. We're like, "Holy shit, we're gonna break this story with Dan Purdy. We might need to ask him to like show ID, but like this could be like a big thing where Twitter got it all wrong. This is the biggest story on Twitter in a while." Guess what? I didn't stop researching there because I still had my spidey senses
Neither
tingling.
did the internet. Yeah, you and
I was telling you
everybody else.
guys. I was telling you guys I thought he was potentially a paid actor, and so neither did the internet, like Will said. And luckily, before we got Dan Purdy on live, and a bit unluckily as well, some things.
I
broke.
think unluckily.
Yeah.
I wish he hadn't been doxxed because
It turns out Dan Purdy 322 was linked to a previous account at SoulCookie322, who was linked to a white guy named Pat Riarchy, which is literally just patriarchy with this. And another, Pat Riarchy was the Twitter name.
These were
Joe
old
King.
And
So these were our old burner accounts.
Yep.
Of this guy.
This is the evolution that got us to Dan Purdy. Dan Purdy priorly was Soul Cookie 322. Prior to that was Pat Riarchy, and prior to that was White Goodman, the name of Ben Stiller's character from Dodgeball, and a pretty crazy name. Then people ran a face recognition scan on the Dan Purdy video because it had like a filter on it, but
It looked weird. It looked a little weird.
they tried to disguise who Dan Purdy was, but the internet caught him. They ran a face recognition on him, which led to a direct hit to a gentleman named William or Bill BYL Holt. And
Bill
he had
BYL is aggressive.
yeah, Bill Holt. He had a LinkedIn profile that showed he was a landscaper in Philadelphia, unrelated to the Four Seasons Total Landscaping, incredibly, but directly related to iconic singer Patti LaBelle as her son. Allegedly.
And same
incredibly.
exact avatar, if you notice the profile pic
Yep.
of
Dan Purdy.
Dan Purdy.
Yeah.
It's the
Yes.
same dude.
So now we have a story where some jackass former county commissioner with 50K followers gets caught with his pants down, pretending to be a black person, a gay black person with his burner account. And this burner account is also operated by either jointly or was then
Jointly.
handed
Has
or,
to
was,
be
or was
jointly.
handed over to Patti LaBelle's son,
Yep.
who is an anti-feminist, who has an anti-feminist blog where he just talks shit
Yep.
about the Me Too movement. And he's like, if women don't watch out, we're gonna beat we're gonna take over, and no men are way
I think
cooler.
it's a shared burner. They both use it.
It's just the craziest fucking story, and is still developing. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but
unfortunately, this is why we couldn't have Dan Purdy on the show, everybody.
Well,
he
go
was
ahead.
suspended.
Go ahead, Bubba. Yeah, go ahead. As you see, now we'll never know from Dan Purdy's mouth or William Holt's.
Wait, so were we gonna have that guy who kind of looked like a deep fake, who was a gay black
he
man?
was coming
He
on.
agreed. He agreed.
He was
That
coming on
Dan
the show.
Purdy.
So what happened?
But that's
The internet
Patti
doxed
LaBelle's
him.
son.
The internet doxed him as Patti LaBelle's son within 20 minutes. They thought they got
Right.
away with it. So Dan Purdy comes out and he's like, "We're scot free, and I'm going to go on
He was
Hard
gonna
Factor,
come on our show
and I'm going to be
pretend
Dan Purdy."
Dan Purdy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was never coming on. Let's be real.
Wait, but we couldn't get him on because his account got suspended. Therefore, the DMs dried up. That's
Well,
what
no,
you're saying?
his DMs were locked. His DMs
He got
were locked.
busted. He
We
got
even
busted.
said he replied to Mark's tweet absolutely, and then we were trying to hit him up in the DMs. His DMs were already blocked off, and then they totally took his account offline.
They thought
So-
Dan Purdy and Dean Browning, the second that video came out, they had 10 minutes where they thought they got away with it. They were like, we nailed it. And then and then the internet caught him.
So do you think that Dean Browning just got Dan Purdy as an insurance policy, who's an actual black man?
So Pat, that's the development. Did William Holt DM Dean Browning and asked to be the guy that covered his ass, or have they already?
Because it was just
been,
a Bitmoji.
Have
Right?
they
It was just
already?
a Bitmoji.
Right. Have they already? There's no other videos or pictures of William Holt on Dan Purdy's. It was Dan Purdy was most likely ran by Dean Browning as the patriarchy and all these other ones. But the question is, how long? They're both in Pennsylvania. They're both near Philadelphia. How long have they been friends? Was it I'm assuming they've been friends for a while.
I think this is something
Yeah,
you do
they work
if,
together.
if you're an elected official and you have a burner. I think it's probably standard protocol
Pennsylvania.
to just have a backup dude that resembles what your burner is that you can go to in emergency situations. I think he
That's
essentially
a lot to ask.
it was an emergency situation. He broke the glass and he
mean-
was like, "Hey, dude, it happened.
But
I
how
need you
long
to
is- how
I need you
long
to
was
do your
Dan
best
Purdy-
gay black man."
It was an election season scam, because I think that it was just created in in August of 2020 or something. So they were using it for this period.
This moment, this was their moment, and then they blew it. This was the culmination
led
of their
up to
plans.
this.
Yeah,
I gotta say, the guy,
It's wild.
the deepfake guy was soothing. At least I want to hear him talk. I wish he came on. I wish
Well,
we
that's
did
Patti
get him.
LaBelle's son. Yeah,
we should.
I don't
still,
think it is.
Look, we should
What-
still try
you
to
don't-
get him on the
You
show.
think it's a different guy? You think that is Dan Purdy? You think that Dan
No,
Purdy's been
no.
silenced?
The one piece of
The real
information I
Dan
got
Purdy?
on Patti LaBelle is that her Wikipedia doesn't mention that dude as her son.
Well, I've Googled that. I mean, maybe that's why he hates women. Maybe because his mom. I don't know. I don't want to get down.
So
too
you're
far of a hole,
saying
but-
that this could actually be just a real Dan Purdy?
What I'm saying is, okay, what you're seeing
No
when you see
chance.
Patti LaBelle's son,
Pat,
when you see
spend
Patti
some time-
LaBelle's son,
Pat, spend some time doing the research. Like you said, you weren't involved. We need to. There's still more to develop in the story, but you're wrong. This
It
is.
seems like it's
this
pretty
is Bill
clear
Holt.
that Dan Purdy is the same dude.
This is Bill Holt, blogger, anti-feminist blogger,
Bill
and-
spelled BYL.
and very likely blood relative of Patti LaBelle.
wow,
Unbelievable.
Well, more to come on that.
Yeah.
More.
What a roller coaster.
That
It was a wild last 2 hours for me.
one of the best stories of the year. One of the best things to watch I've ever seen on Twitter, play out in real time. The updates were just shocking when you'd see the new tweets come out. All right,
Fun stuff.
let's move it over to the Progress Corner, a segment where we discuss the brightest and best innovations of mankind and how they're always working so fantastically because we're always progressing as humans. So first, we got a three-parter. First, we go back to Denmark, thanks to listener Joe Cusack in the Hardo Hive, where the courts have told the Danish government that they can't just do a 17 million mink genocide because of 10 COVID cases. There's the very cute minks, youtube.com/hardfactnews. They can't just genocide 17 million of these things. They would have to introduce new legislation that allows for an animal genocide to do that. And so the Danish government said, oh, whoops, we'll make the new law, but please keep still killing the minks in the mass extermination program, everybody. We're not going to stop that. So we'll make the law. That's just progress at work, gentlemen. So
they literally had the Danish military digging mass graves yesterday. I mean, they're prepped. They're really putting resources on this
the
thing.
courts are like, hey, maybe don't do it. And they're just like, oh, we'll make the law. Don't worry. We're not stopping it. Next up, that's progress, boys. Next up, we've got everybody's favorite bastion of progress and innovation in the consumer goods world, Amazon. From listener Ben Ritter in the Hardo Hive comes the story of an Amazon driver in Oxford, Michigan, who somehow drove onto a golf course and then wedged his truck inside of a tunnel built for golf carts around 2:30 in the afternoon. You can see a picture of it there. It's just a full-size Amazon box truck that the driver drove into a golf course tunnel, clearly that couldn't fit a car.
That looks like the sex joke when the car goes in and reverses and goes in and reverses. It can't quite fit in the tunnel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That car needs a Magnum.
Who was driving that? Austin Powers?
There's a hilarious YouTube. I don't know if it's like a channel or whatever, but there's this bridge. I forget what it is, but it's like the name. It's like a name of a bridge. It's like the 5-foot something bridge.
I've seen this, Wes.
And all you do, the bridge is just way too low, and no one knows it's way too low. But there's big signs, and it's like it actually has like this warning that can sense how tall these trucks are now that like tells you to stop. But like at least it seems like once or twice a week, some truck driver just plows into this bridge and people just sit there and watch it. It's got like a live channel on YouTube, and you can just watch trucks just kill themselves on this bridge.
Awesome.
Oh no.
That sounds pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Unfortunately for this idiot driving the car, he just followed his GPS into a golf course tunnel. The course manager said, quote, "Somehow he got inside the golf course and obviously was not familiar with it. He said his GPS let him in there," as they laughed. And that's the cost of progress, boys, trusting your GPS into the mouth of a tiny tunnel, and then you have to get towed out of there for, insurance purposes, and then you have to get a ride back to the Amazon headquarters with your manager who's laughing at you.
Will, I think you're missing the point here. You're missing the point.
That's progress, though, fellas.
Not his
GPS.
vehicle. Tired of working that day. That's what happened there. When you work at a big ass company like Amazon, you can do shit like this and be like, "Whoops, boss, I guess we'll get them tomorrow. I'm taking the day off work." I think that's what happened.
Side note on Amazon's progress this year, they're actually getting so progressive that they just sent me back a package that I returned to them at a UPS store. They refused to
keep it.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's still just sitting out in front of my house. They say they'll pick it up. Who knows if
They're playing hot potato with you? You better watch out. Hopefully Amazon doesn't get like the eBay executives and start like fucking with people.
Lots of progress. Yeah. Lots of progress over there at Amazon this year. And finally, one more in the progress corner from intern Cam. Perhaps the most progressive thing I've seen all year. Doxing and targeted harassment. You see the Lincoln Project doxed 2 lawyers on the Trump team on Tuesday, and then Twitter took down their tweet for targeted harassment, saying that, hey, maybe telling everybody to ruin 2 people's lives is a bad idea, which good call Twitter. And then there's this new thing called the Trump Accountability Project, which is actually an ardent supporter of the Lincoln Project. And they're just an organization designed to track the whereabouts of people who have accepted a check from the Trump administration and then ruin their lives. So
yeah, wouldn't that put the Lincoln Project at the top of that list? They've accepted like tons of checks directly because of the Trump administration.
Yeah, but that's because of Trump, not from Trump. You understand, Mark? This is progress. You see?
Yeah, but isn't Trump super cheap? I mean, isn't it gonna be like a short list? Like he hates to spend his own money.
He was the president of the United States. His administration paid a lot of people, but that's progress, B.
So
those people, their lives are horrible.
Those people were blacklisted from forever from life. They're just like not allowed to participate.
From anybody who's involved in.
Are you talking
the Trump Accountability Project? At least.
Are you? Did you cover that because they're going after Kristi Noem, hot Kristi Noem from South Dakota?
I covered that because intern Cam submitted it for What the Fuck Wednesday.
It's a stupid
story.
He's
got a thing for Kristi Noem is what's going on.
No one. They shouldn't have a list of people they're trying to ruin
He's
their
got a
lives
thing for not putting Americans on lists. I think that's what he's got a thing
lists
for.
are bad.
And the governor of South Dakota.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
We can't blame. Let he who does not have those feelings cast the first stone. And that Progress Corner was brought to you by a company that can actually progress your life onto the next portion of it, the debt-free portion of your life, and that's Lightstream.com. Refinance your high-interest credit card balance.
Oh, king of the Segway!
And save with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. Rates start at just 5.95% APR.
He's good at
auto
it.
pay and excellent credit. I know.
I'm prolapsing.
Look, I'm prolapsing so much because I know that debt consolidation with Lightstream helped me pay down credit card debt after I racked up a bunch of it on a bunch of different cards buying my first house. And so I'm sure it can help you too if you are in that situation, need to consolidate your debt and pay it down. That and using a debit card a little bit more. And right now, our listeners can save even more with an additional interest rate. discount. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor, lightstream.com/factor. Quick mandatory disclaimer here. Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.95% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5% auto pay discount. The lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
Thank you, Lightstream, for getting our acts together.
Yeah. All right, guys. This one comes from Tank Barstool, always sending me the goods. Thank you, Tank. So, guys, we've all seen the commercials for Life Alert, right? Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. You've seen those, right? Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Right. They are pretty great commercials. Well, apparently a 91-year-old woman from Kempsey, Worcestershire, in the UK either hadn't seen them or thought she was too good for them, and it got her in a bit of a pickle when she fell at her home and couldn't get up. The woman, Rosemary Frank, not being able to simply press a button around her neck, had to resort to another method of survival during the 2-day ordeal where she was pretty much just trapped on her floor. And that other method was eating the nutrient-rich soil from her potted plant to stay alive.
This is a psycho move. This is a fucking psycho move. This
makes sense, though.
This is a woman who wanted to eat that nutrient-rich soil from her potted plant and couldn't find a good excuse. So she fucking pretended like she fell down. 2 days? 2 days? Come on.
She's all by herself all day. She could probably have just eaten the soil.
Well, the soil, though, makes sense. I mean, like, if you think about it, soil has enough, a little pot of soil has enough to grow a giant plant. Mm-hmm. So you can probably eat that.
How many days before you start eating dirt? I mean, like, for real.
A lot of days.
A lot of days. Just putting that out there. A lot of days.
Well, I mean, so she claims she doesn't even remember doing this. She claims she woke up and like she had like soil on her mouth and underneath her. Underneath her
I've done it again.
Yeah. So she said she said that the potted plant was a Madagascan dragon tree that her son gave her.
Delicious.
But she said she was found because I guess she'd ordered like an Uber, like a Wheels, somebody to come pick up old people, and she's always on time for this thing, and she wasn't on time for it, so they like investigated and found her soil-covered mouth body just lying on the floor in her house. So luckily they found her. She was severely dehydrated, had soil in her stomach, on her face, under her fingernails. But she's okay.
She wasn't
now.
hungry though.
No, she wasn't hungry.
Thank God
because she ate dirt.
Thank God she didn't have a dog.
Also not eat. Was it you said
shit.
2 days? She probably
2
could have
days.
just not eaten.
We've
learned you can not eat for 2 days.
Right.
For sure.
But she's 91.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it.
So dirt's not gonna pass through her old ass fucking system very well.
No.
What kind of decision making is this from this
more
lady?
harm than good, probably.
I don't know. She went for it, but it might have saved her life because they said that she was like 6 hours from death when they found her. That's what the paramedics said. So the moisture in the soil and the nutrients kept her alive.
The moisture in the soil.
2 days?
She had just watered it.
Come on, man.
You know she's diligent about watering those plants. She talks to them.
Thank God, Mom had that plant to eat.
Yeah,
she broke the roots and sucked it out of the water out. Give me a break.
She probably should have eaten the leaves first, but I don't know. Anyway,
She couldn't crawl at all. So, okay. All right.
I heard she had a fractured wrist. She's 91 with a fractured wrist. She had, I guess it was a tough fall. She was unconscious for a while.
If there was enough dirt, you think she would have buried herself?
Wait, so she was only even like awake for like less than 2 days, and she still ate dirt.
She doesn't remember.
It is
She doesn't
dinner time.
remember.
Does she not remember though? Come on.
She does not. Well,
covered
she
in
claims.
dirt.
No.
91.
got dirt.
She's 91.
Okay.
She's 91. Give her a
91,
little break.
okay.
Yeah. She's doing okay now, though. And guys, that was brought to you by Mack Weldon. Guys, if you didn't know it, Singles Day is today. I wasn't familiar with this holiday, but it's exactly what it sounds like, a celebration of being single, which is perhaps every day for you, not me, but maybe you. So do it big.
You guys are so cool.
Yeah, and treat
Not
yourself to a killer deal from Mack Weldon. Whatever men's basics need, Mack Weldon has you covered with unmatched comfort and fit. I finally got to wear my Mack Weldon rain jacket, and I got the beads of water just careened right off my body, which, by the way, looks much slimmer in that coat. I was basically like a walking ad for Mack Weldon.
It's a slimming company. They slim you down. They slow you down.
Just strolling by other fatties, just getting wet, and that was fantastic. A little walk into the grocery store. Anyway, they got men's essentials, socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, or active shorts. Mack Weldon promises comfort and consistent fit. Looks great, feels great from working out, going to work, or on a date. Mack Weldon is for everyday life. Totally free loyalty program. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life. Once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. Mack Weldon.
You're not going to be single too much longer if you're level 2. If you got $200 worth of Mack Weldon gear,
their shit is tight. Yeah. It's tight. They got good stuff.
If you're
dry and getting them wet, you know what I mean?
If you're cuddling with a girl and you're in those sweatpants, she feels the softness.
Well, the problem is she might try to steal them, so you might need to get 2 pairs.
That's true. You'll have to have multiple pairs.
Yeah. So Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep it, and they'll still refund you. No questions asked. Score big this Singles Day, which is today, November 11th, and get 20% off your first order when you visit MackWeldon.com/factor and enter promo code FACTOR. That's MackWeldon.com/factor, promo code FACTOR for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
All right, guys, this one's from Hardo Hive member Maureen. It takes a lot to get banned from a national park. I mean, you really got to mess up for someone to kick you out of the woods, that or be a drone, which, by the way, no drones are allowed in national parks, PSA. But, guys, that's exactly what happened to 3 hungry and enterprising men after an incident that took place back on August 7th in America's first national park, Yellowstone, which is known for its urine-colored rocks and also its hot spring geysers. See, a park ranger had gotten numerous complaints about a suspicious-looking group of hikers making their way towards Shoshane Geyser Basin, and these men were, quote, hiking with cooking pots, which I guess
why is that suspicious?
I don't know. It was freaking people out.
Don't you cook, Pete? Don't you cook stuff?
There was something more to it, Will. There was something more to it.
Massive pots.
There must have been big pots.
Yeah.
It was huge pots, and they kept looking left and right, left and right, left.
Yeah,
and
they
right.
were high stepping.
Yeah, right.
Like Spy versus Spy. Right. So the park ranger finally caught up with the men. Two of them, by the way, were Idahoans, and the other was a Utahn. And it was like a scene out of Herbert Hoover's Wet Dream, because in addition to 2 cooking pots, the men also had 2 chickens, whole chickens, both of which they'd tossed in a burlap sack and had dipped into the boiling hot springs in an ingenious attempt to cook dinner.
Wow.
Yeah, getting the feathers off, right?
Is that not allowed?
So
not
these guys
allowed.
Squatters at the park, and they
not
were
allowed
using the hot springs as a stove.
Everyone's technically a squatter at the park.
Those guys would have tricked the shit out of me. I would have been like, sweet. I would have come on over and eaten chicken with them.
Well, I mean, it's at your own risk. I mean, those things are dangerous, probably.
Well, I wouldn't have volunteered to put my hand over the springs, but if they were like, chicken's done, I would have been like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sick, actually, if you ask me. Yeah, but very illegal, apparently. And the Rangers broke up the chicken boil, but not before one of the men yelled, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was illegal to harness the power of nature to cook a chicken dinner in America."
Right?
Good point.
He crushed the cops with that one.
Yeah.
What
I
did
mean,
they
why
say?
is that illegal?
What did they say?
I made that up. It's not an exact quote, but I bet something of the sort was said.
Well, I'm happy. I support the boys in blue, but that would be a hard one to come back from if you're an officer. I mean, what do you say to the guy in that situation?
I'm sure someone shot him a look that said that with the look.
Right? Yeah. Oh, you're punishing guys. It's like punishing a kid for learning ahead of the class. These guys fucking ingeniously took a couple chickens, threw them in a burlap sack, and dipped them in a hot geyser to make hot chicken dinner while fucking camping. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Yellowstone's boring. It sounds like they're just having a good time, right?
Yeah. Anyway, well, so what happened was
it is a beautiful park.
Apparently, these
dinner when you're done.
Yeah, dude. These geyser ponds are delicate, I guess, and there's also like a delicate ecosystem or some shit.
They do not like you walking around on the geysers.
No, they don't. No. They don't. The 3 men were issued citations and appeared in court this past September.
Cheers.
Yeah, right. No, you'd think that, Mark, but they got pretty harsh punishments here.
Jesus.
When the judge asked the group of men what they were doing, messing around with Yellowstone's fragile, breakable crusts and delicate chemical balances of its hot springs, 51-year-old Eric Roberts replied, "Making dinner. We're just making dinner." Judge didn't like that. Eric and Dallas Roberts were ordered to serve 2 days in jail and pay $540 in fines.
Worth Worth it. 2 days in jail to get arrested for cooking a chicken in a geyser.
2 chickens. Pretty good.
Coolest arrest ever.
One night per chicken.
we saw the earth boils. Couldn't refuse.
Now they have to go to chicken farms and talk to chickens as a
It's
punishment.
almost funny to tell like an interview about that, you know? Like
I
if
would
they're
definitely
asking,
hang out with the chicken cooking geyser people.
You got
it's a good
arrested for
move.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like they did, Mr. Drew Entertainment. They didn't get a chance to eat the fucking chicken, bro, because the cops rolled up right as they were, I guess, probably mid cooking the chickens in the burlap sack. I mean, this was a well thought out plan, and it was, you could tell that it was like definitely concocted over the course of a day. Like, we have these chickens.
If it was
no way
that
to-
well thought out,
I
we
bet
wouldn't
the
have heard about
Rangers ate the chickens.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. These men are now banned from Yellowstone for 2 years. 2-year ban.
I wouldn't want to go back after they kicked me out for doing that anyways.
2-year
All right,
ban.
This one comes from longtime Hardo Hive member and frequent contributor Charles. By this point, he knows which stories interest which hosts, and he just shoots them to us. Like, for example, he knew a cruise ship story would interest me, and he was right. It looks like Royal Caribbean, the large cruise ship company that I was supposed to go on a 10-day cruise with to 8 Caribbean islands this summer, is ready to start cruising again after almost a year off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're back,
Bold.
baby. Back. The thing is, even though they know it's still very risky to get on a cruise ship with the world COVID cases at or near an all-time high, they are still looking for people to come on. And knowing that, they're saying, how about this? How about we pay for the trip for the first group of people as volunteers, and you guys will be like human guinea pigs to see if anyone catches COVID. So cruise on us.
Oh, absolutely, right? Wouldn't you do that?
Well, yeah, that's what we're going to get to. They're asking the passengers to cruise for free to help the ships test new coronavirus protocols. So I guess what happened was on November 1st, the CDC lifted the health organization's no sail order, but they said you have to do these extra guidelines, like everyone's got to take a test before they get on the boat or whatever. The staff has to take a test like every day or some bullshit. So they're trying out those free those new policies on people, and they're going to take them for free to Coco Bay, which I think Bubba has some pictures of. It's the company's private island in the Bahamas, 55 miles north of Nassau. So if you go to royalcaribbean.com
That's the slides, yeah,
so that's
all the
the problem.
kids,
That's the problem, Wes, is once you get off the ship, you go to the amusement parks in Coco Bay. So if you don't get COVID on the ship, surely you'll get it when you're around everyone at the amusement park. But
Yeah, but it's still a free cruise, right?
it's a free cruise, so would you go?
Yeah.
Yep, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
At this
free?
point,
Go to royalcaribbean.com. Here's the other problem, though, is the people that volunteer are a lot like you. So, your best hope is that they already all have gotten coronavirus, because they're definitely risk takers. The crew the people that are showing up here. It's not exactly like they're taking a lot of people that have been at home.
I mean, look, if you're going there with other people who are willingly, like, the only reason I worry about traveling is if I was to get it and then give it to somebody else. So, like, I mean, like, if you're going there with all other people who are also signing their health away, no harm, no foul.
Look, as
Have
long
a
as
free
the ship,
cruise.
as long as the ship has like 9 to 10 months of food, which is how long you'll be out at sea. Yeah.
I think there are still people out at sea from the original COVID.
No, there's not.
No
Nobody's
way.
still locked
I
up. Nobody's still locked
bet
up.
you. I bet
No,
you
they're
there's
not.
still watch.
No, there
okay.
are not. No, there.
We'll spend the rest of the show finding this, because I guarantee there's someone
No,
still
there-
They
out
wouldn't
there.
have got the no sail order revoked.
No, there's no one. There was what they did with that is a lot of the cruise people. There was the longest people at cruise were an Italian cruise was out at sea for like 100 and something days, and they had to dock in Italy for the last 30 days. It was a round the world cruise, and they kept trying to outrun COVID, and they couldn't. And then they had to stay on the boat. They couldn't even go to their destinations, and they were like on the boat for like 50 days in a row. And they made the performers do performances every night, and then they got off. But a lot of the cruise ship workers were on the ships for like 6 months, and they got off like 3 or 4 months.
No, that's what I'm saying. September
They're off.
11th,
They're
the
off.
most recent headline. They're still out there.
No, that's September 11th is 2 months ago. They're not still out there.
It takes a long time to get info from a boat to land, Mark.
No.
Come on.
Not.
Okay.
No.
I really hope nobody's out there because you've gone crazy
The
8 times
crew's all
by
the
now.
crew's all off.
Yeah, everyone's fucked everyone.
Yeah, you've gone. There's probably like Lord of the Flies.
Some of the kids are ready to
Right.
pop out
There's
at this
still a
point.
cruise out
From the,
there.
yeah.
Some of the kids are maturing.
Definitely. 'cause
Someone they got
I've
knocked
got
up
a
on the
COVID
cruise ship.
baby coming. So
Exactly.
does the Beeve, and ours are mine's very soon. All right. And speaking of women, because I'm having a little girl, let's take it over to the women's corner. Little ladies news, okay, fellas. First up, from listener Andrew Parker is the tale of an Australian woman named Stephanie who met a Scottish man on Tinder and then dated him. I don't know how you date somebody on Tinder from Australia to Scotland, but she dated him for a year before agreeing to move to Scotland from Perth, Australia. So, Bubba, I think we got a picture of her. You can throw it up anytime you want. And, of course, right before she moved, see, that's her, Stephanie, on a beautiful beach in Western Australia. Looks really nice, right?
Nice.
Yeah, kind of a downgrade going to Scotland from there.
Right?
They don't have those
dreary
beaches there.
Scotland. Exactly. And then so just a week before she was actually going to finally make the move, he ghosted her. Just stopped, because he was a Tinder boyfriend, didn't really have any type of, she didn't have any way to hold him accountable, so he just stopped responding to her. And then this is what she said. She said, in hindsight, there were red flags all the way through. It wasn't like it was the perfect relationship. There were trust issues, but I adored him. So Stephanie knew that she was being played.
She scared the shit out of him by saying that she was going to go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was
He
going to
said-
end one of two ways: an instant marriage or instant breakup.
He said it was too much. Red flags, she mentioned. Like it being an online-only relationship. That was the first red flag. Second red flags like he actually had at least one or more other girls in the same exact situation as her. That was the other red flag.
She was just the only one crazy enough to move.
Well,
across
he
the
was
world.
he was building up to having the harem talk with all of them.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like, does this mean you're going to stop sending me all the underwear
Yeah, all the nudes.
to sell online?
I mean, otherwise, it's a wonder it didn't work out. Stephanie sadly had to return all of the stuff that she had pre-shipped from Australia to Scotland back to her old apartment, and then she also had to go back to her old job in Perth, which was really embarrassing after she told everybody she was going to Scotland for a man.
They knew.
But actually, guys, she got so depressed that it motivated her to start her own flower arrangement business, which is actually doing quite well.
In
So-
Scotland?
No, in Australia.
Where-
She's
why
now
is it- where did
the
you get
flower
this-
arrangement queen of Perth? So,
What about this story caught your eye, Will?
it was submitted by the Heart of Hive, Andrew Parker.
There you go.
Next
I
up,
feel like maybe Andrew Parker lives in Scotland these days.
you think it was Andrew? You think he played this woman?
Yeah, I'm thinking of respect to Andrew Parker.
It was Andrew Parker's drinking buddy.
I think Andrew's in the Leeds
Yeah.
area. Next up in the women's corner, from Charles in the Heart of Hive, the New York Post says this: millions of women don't know where their own vagina is located, and it turns out kind of true. About 25% of American women surveyed didn't know what body part the vagina was. And they also, 25%, think that menstruation is the woman's body's way of getting rid of excess blood each month.
We might want to check the source on this. Is this like
It was a Swedish study. They polled American women. So
yeah, was it like American women in one particular Christian
Right.
cult, or
yeah, it's hard to understand.
Yeah, good
hard to
question,
understand. The
small
majority,
sample size?
yeah, the majority
What are they,
also.
Guys, no, we polled all the Branch Davidians, and 25% of them don't know where the vagina is.
They pulled 22nd graders.
They're claiming random American women.
Yeah. What are the ages of these?
This ain't real.
The majority, I thought it was fake too, but I read the article and this is what they're saying. The majority of women also didn't know which part of the vagina is the uterus, the cervix, etc., which I can't really blame anybody for. But yeah, pollsters. Michael
The
Rabb is correct.
uterus is like that's the baby holster,
Tough year for
And-
pollsters.
and the cervix is like the wall that you gotta overcome to get inside the castle.
You got to overcome it.
Or
Yeah,
just
but
or just bump up against it, bottom out on it.
Unluckily for pollsters, they'll never overcome it.
It's like filling out a map of European countries. You know, you get like 80%, but it's hard. Like there's a lot of little small countries, and
Well,
if
could
you're
you
asked,
name all the parts on a men's diagram?
probably not. No, that's what
No,
I'm saying.
definitely
Like
not.
any of those anatomy diagrams. Are,
Yeah, it's like an insect. You got the head, the shaft, the balls.
right. Are they giving a multiple choice, or like they give
There's
it
like
yeah.
several scientific names that you wouldn't know the pieces.
The
of your
vas
own- of your
deferens,
own-
the
well, right.
perennium. Is that a flower or a part of the dick?
See, no, none of us could do this anyway. Anyways, But the
Perineum.
pollsters- I think that the
The
commenter is
pollsters.
correct. The pollsters. This is another strike against pollsters.
Spelled POLEST.
Pollsters.
It's a strike for both types of pollsters. And finally, from Dennis McElhone in the Heart O Hive in the women's corner comes the last story. A a flight from Jacksonville, Florida to Houston, Texas on a new airline I had never heard of called Commute Air was grounded early in Mobile, Alabama after Sarah Nicole McClinton fought another passenger on board and eventually fought a flight attendant as well who couldn't calm her down. Once the flight was grounded and she was removed from the plane, officers on the ground in Mobile said that Sarah appeared intoxicated upon being kicked off the flight and was wearing only a T-shirt and underwear.
Oh, hot! Can we get
Yeah.
a pic? Can we get a pic of Sarah?
Unfortunately, they did not provide a picture.
a hot mess.
Mobile PD. Godspeed to Sarah. Hope you get that all sorted out. That was the women's corner, and somebody buy a have a great fucking holiday sweater for Sarah for crying out loud.
All
Get
the
some
hot
clothes on
girls
this show.
fly Commute
Or
Air.
Mack Weldon Ace sweatpants. Get some pants on her.
Either way.
Commute Air. Looking forward to see what other things they produce for us later. All right, guys.
Seems
Might
like-
wanna keep,
yeah.
might wanna
Yeah.
keep our eye on Commute
Keep
Air.
an eye on them.
Have a few
It's
stories.
weird. It's called Commute Air, but it's really only unemployed people take it.
Ooh,
Um,
burn.
Come on.
All right, guys. This one
Burn.
comes from Jack Bayless. Thank you, Jack, longtime Hive member. And this one is alarming. Okay, so everyone's got their kind of local convenience store. You guys ever walk into a convenience store or liquor store and you think to yourself, does this clerk ever go home? This guy works all the time. He must live here or something, right?
Yes.
Same guy seems to always be there.
You talk about the guy that's constantly he's just so over it that he doesn't even acknowledge you when he's on the phone with his wife. He's just having a call with his wife in front of you,
yeah,
and he's like, it's like you're interrupting him.
right.
Exactly. I'll take it one step further and more towards Pat's points. Do you ever do that and want to leave because you dislike that clerk?
No.
Oh,
God
I
damn it.
hate so many clerks.
You're
Mark.
like,
I'm on your
I
team.
I knew this person was here 12 hours ago. I figured that his shift was over 12 hours
I know what you're
later.
talking about, but no, the guys at Brody Mart, they're nice. They
You
call
talk about the
buddy.
clerk that makes fun of you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
the
awesome.
Mark
There's
hates that
clearly,
guy.
There's clearly a clerk that terrorizes
he like
both
calls
of
you
you.
Oh
guys
my
fat.
God.
You guys live
Hilarious.
so close to each other. For the listeners,
He's
Wes
got,
and Mark live in the same neighborhood.
He's
so-
got 3 teeth, and he's always bragging about his overtime checks to strangers. He's like, I'm gonna make over $1,000 this week. We're like, no one asked. And,
and
Anyways.
then he gives you shit about your purchases.
Yeah, I'm buying ice one day, and he goes, there's a local ice thief, and I'm like, no, I didn't know that, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna catch him. I'm like, okay, I'll just
never-
take the bag of ice.
You never know if he got fired or if he's just in jail for the weekend. That's
guy's
just
the
the
worst.
kind of guy. But anyway, you might want to take a closer look next time, or maybe ask how that person's doing and peer into his eyes, because it might be even worse than you think. This guy might actually live there, and he might be enslaved by the owners to work without pay, sleep in the storage room, bathe with a mop bucket, sleep on milk crates, which is exactly what happened to one Indian man in Gilroy, California, who was actually enslaved by the owners of a liquor store and convenience store, forced to work 15-hour shifts for free.
Damn.
Bub, I don't know if you have the picture of this husband and wife team. Yeah, these are the people.
Whoa. So he was
the
enslaved by.
husband and wife Amarjit and Balwinder Man, both are 66, charged with human trafficking now after investigators said the couple stole more than $150,000 in wages from 4 employees. One
Damn,
said
that's a good deal for them.
yeah, they just no, they so what they did is they coerced these people to come over, promised them travel or whatever with them
From India.
from India. Then they took their passports and threatened to call the deportation, immigration services on them unless they worked for free. So
Shit.
Gotta say though, that's terrible. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But this is a lot better straw to draw than having to work in a house of prostitution. Have it slinging liquor because it's the same scam that fucking sex
yeah,
traffickers
right. You're
run.
saying it's
Right.
it's
Sure.
I'd rather be
Silver
liquor
lining.
traffic.
it's human
Silver
trafficking
lining.
for like a convenience store, not
It's
a,
that
not a
initial.
brothel.
Once that initial hope is completely crushed that they were going to live the American dream in there instead.
Is this a
enslaved,
regular fucking
They
thing?
then can think, at least
This
I'm
is
not a
not-
sex slave. Yeah.
Yeah, at least
This
it's
is-
Cheetos.
This is definitely not the only one, Will. There's
Right?
I'm
'Cause,
taking a closer look at every convenience store I walk into now, especially the one down the corner
like
from me.
situation.
Wes is on the hunt.
I'm gonna ask them how they're doing. I'm gonna be like,
Watch out,
you
shady convenience store owners because
you
Wes,
okay?
Wes is in tune now.
Wes is like the
right.
Chris Hansen. He's like to catch a predator of convenience stores now.
keeps making weird eye contact with the help.
Notice you're here a lot.
You got to
Wes,
come up
slide
with
a
a question ladder to get these people to
Slide a
admit
note.
something.
Yeah.
You got to find out where the camera is and slide the note off camera.
Ask me if I want 2 packs of cigarettes if you're not okay.
Yeah. Well, have him read the note first. Yeah. Then that's what the note says.
Yeah,
Asking for one too. Yeah.
Anyway, they got busted. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more. I mean, it's 2020 and this is just modern day slavery. It's fucked up. Yeah. So all right, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. As Will mentioned, we got the new Christmas sweaters out that are just absolutely fire. Have a great fucking holiday. And it says holiday because we want to include everyone. So if you want to give us a shit that doesn't say Christmas, go fuck yourself. Also, we've got the shirts for the 4 seasons, which is fire as well. And yeah,
Do we want to before we hang up, Bubba? Did you save anything for us that
Any
you'd like us
comments?
to address at the end of the broadcast here?
Any comments anyone has for us?
No, not many comments. If you want to ask for them to roll in, maybe some people will have some, but there wasn't that much chatter that was like where they
It was mostly chatter about Ben Shapiro's little hat.
yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, but
Ben
there was
Shapiro's
just like
what?
a sub argument going on the whole time about Ben Shapiro.
For the
Not
pod,
about Ben Shapiro.
I'm not looking at the comments.
look, for the
It was
podcast,
awesome.
we can chop here and then go straight to have a great fucking day. But if you got any comments in the next 60 seconds, we'll
I mean,
answer them.
most people are just excited about Wes becoming the Chris Hansen of convenience stores.
Don't worry. So I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
All right, and I guess Ben Shapiro.
You need to spend more time with your son. I'm making a difference in the community. He's out there. He's a superhero.
I've got a few I've been worried about for a while.
Get on the case.
Where's Wes? You know where he is.
All right. All right.
It was
Well,
one. You guys have answered this kind of.
Jake Wilkinson asks, "Who is the most athletic of you guys?" We're gonna have a hard factor combine.
Yeah,
That's the only way I can.
up
answer
up until 3 years ago, it was me. Was the answer?
well, that depends on what you
Will's more
consider athletic.
athletic.
yeah.
than you.
Well,
Like throw a
speed.
football, shoot a basketball.
Will's a better athlete. Will's an insane athlete.
We each have strengths.
Right.
I would say that weightlifting, obviously, I think we'd each have would be mine. Golf would be Wes's. Pat's would be some sort of what's your best
Yeah,
athletic?
I don't like this.
Mark's
I
would
don't-
be running for sure.
Yeah.
running in skilled things like soccer and stuff like that, like basketball, anything with agility and speed.
Right. Hand-eye coordination, I'm terrible. So you guys would take me out in that one.
Pat's is next question.
That's about it.
I could
One
have
ass-
baseball over those mountains.
Good point, Jake. Pat's definitely good at fencing. I only played rugby at LSU, Jack. All right, that's it. Sorry,
All right.
no more comments.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do this. We'll try to do it every What the Fuck Wednesday and Florida Man Friday. We'll do a live show. Have a great fucking day.